Hey guys, Miss Warren here. I am doing the value practice worksheet. Now I'm going to move on to one of our rounded forms. I'm going to change this circle into a sphere by adding value. So I'm using, right now it's just a shape drawn from a line, and I'm going to add shading or value in order to make it look three-dimensional of form. So with a circle, I'm going to copy the light direction from this one. The light is shining from this side, so this side's lighter, and it casts a shadow on the underside. I'm going to start on the underside, going along the edge, coloring in kind of small circular motions. Going around the edge. Now, the big key to this one is that you want to slowly fade out, but you're going to keep your shading curved. I'm not going flat at any time. I'm going around the edge of the circle here, slowly building up the colors. Now, sometimes beginners, something that will help them is that they will draw a curved line. This section will be dark. This section will be medium, and this section will be light, but you don't want it to look striped. You want to slowly fade out. So I'm going to color pretty firmly, and sometimes it helps to turn your paper. If it's too hard to turn your hand here, turn your paper so that you keep your shading curved as you go around the edges. This is useful because if you can shade a sphere, you can shade any curved thing. So imagine drawing a hand. The fingers are curved. If you apply similar ideas of shading, wrapping the shadows around it instead of coloring it in flat, it will look more three-dimensional. Most things from nature are going to have a little bit of a curve to them, like think about a tree trunk. It's curved like the cylinder. If you think about a mountain, it's not as geometric as this, but it would be shaded kind of like the pyramid. So learning how to shade forms will help you draw real objects. Okay, I need to start getting lighter and smoothing out my shades. Starting to flatten out. I don't want to flatten out. I want to keep that shadow curved all the way. Now I think the bottom could be a little bit darker, so I'm going to go back in and I'm going to darken up the bottom shadow. And then I'm going to slowly fade out, all the while curving my shadow. If you want your sphere to look shiny, you can circle an area to leave absolutely white. And you can shade just a little bit around it. Or you can erase that spot at the end. If you're using colored pencil, you have to draw around it because it doesn't erase as well. But with regular pencil, you could erase that shine spot at the end. Okay, now I'm going to show you one more trick to make it look more smooth. If you get a piece of paper towel, and you wrap it around your finger, you can blend the pencil into the paper and it will make the shading look more smooth. Sometimes when you do this, you have to go back in and make your darker parts darker because now it almost looks like the same color throughout. So I'm going to go back in. I'm going to build up the shadow a little bit more. This takes some time to do nicely, but if you shade your objects in well when you're drawing pictures, it will really help it look more mature, more finished, more three-dimensional. I'm going to pick up this little shine mark that I circled. Erase it so it looks a little bit more shiny. There we go. Now I'm going to do a cast shadow under it. So a cast shadow for a sphere will look like a stretched out oval. And since it's flat on the ground, I'm going to color it in really flat back and forth. Okay. The sphere and the egg are going to be very similar, only this one, the curving isn't quite as deep. So go ahead and give the sphere a try, and then give the egg a try. And I look forward to seeing your work.